California Spring Trials is Fashion Week for our industry, or maybe you can think of it like the auto show. A chance to see many of the coolest new products available for upcoming seasons. Dozens of global breeding companies and innovative plant introduction companies set up along the California coast in early spring to showcase new crops that have been in development for years, even decades. New series, additions, upgrades, and sometimes brand new plants are grown out and discussed in detail for the better part of a week to drive interest from visiting growers, retailers, and distribution companies. It's also a time to catch up with old friends, solidify strategic partnerships, and revel in the beauty created by our industry. We've done this for decades and we'll do it again in 2026 from March 24th to 27th. Registration is managed by the National Garden Bureau and you can sign up to secure your spot at caspringtrials.us. In fact, registration is essential. A quick reminder before we get started. New for this year, if you're visiting a location with more than one exhibiting company, like most of them, registration by location means you register for all companies when you schedule your appointment at caspringtrials.us. But be sure to allocate plenty of time for stops with multiple companies. One click doesn't mean one quick visit. Take, for example, the Head Start Nursery Stop or the Santa Barbara Polo Club. You can register for the location, but you'll need to allocate time for all of the exhibiting companies, and that can mean as many as 100 new varieties. Last but not least, check out the suggested itineraries at caspringtrials.us. If 2026 will be your first time visiting the trials, or you haven't been in a few years, they will be very helpful. Let's hear about some of the things you'll see and experience at Spring Trials this year. I'm your host, Bill Calkins, and today, as part of our cast preview mini-series, I'm here with Alicain Carlson from Syngenta Flowers to hear about what the company has in store for us this March. This will be a quick conversation, but hopefully it inspires you to register and start thinking ahead as you plan your crop mix for the future. Alicain, welcome to the podcast.
Hey, Bill, thank you.
This is going to be great because Syngenta Flowers always has one of my favorite stops on the tour, and I'm hoping that we can sneak some information out of you to get ready. So every trial location is unique, and I really think that's one of the coolest things about spring trials. So where is your company located, and how do you describe the general vibe of your stop?
So Syngenta Flowers is located at our site in Gilroy, California. So the lovely garlic capital.
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah. And where it's also our main breeding site in North America. So we're always really happy to host everyone at CAST there at the site.
Excellent. You don't share that site with anyone, do you? Or do
No, we
you?
don't. It's just us there.
That's cool. That's cool. So I know last year your theme was all about teamwork and partnership. Yeah, you're wearing
Got
the
my shirt
shirt.
on.
I have one of those at home
Nice.
as well. So are you willing to tease this year's theme? Because I'd really love to hear what your design team and marketing team is thinking up.
Yeah, that's always like deciding on the theme for the year is always a really fun time with our marketing team. And we really loved our Rooted in Teamwork theme for 2025. But for 2026, you can expect a theme around how flowers connect us.
Ooh.
So around the world. So it's inspired by like the plant travelers and explorers of the old world, but with a modern travel twist to it. So we're going to be showcasing how people celebrate with flowers around the world. Each of our vignettes on the show floor will highlight our global farms where our seeds and cuttings are produced and where they're bred. And so we will really be highlighting kind of that global connection of how flowers connect us.
Oh, I love it. I cannot wait to see it. So looking back to last year, what was one big hit of the 2025 spring trials for Syngenta Flowers?
Oh, one big hit. Uh, I think the biggest thing for us, like the biggest buzz, was our eye candy begonias. The display was amazing for that new series with big double flowers on the dark foliage. And so we had a lot of fun with that. Really amazing display, lots of buzz. And yeah, then it got even more buzz throughout the year. I cultivate with 2 awards, just saying.
Just saying, just saying. No, that eye candy was amazing. But I also remember going to the back of your trial location. The amount of new varieties you had just on pedestals was astronomical. How do you remember how many new? I mean, there got to have been 20 plus.
Yeah, it was. I think 26 stands out in my head, but don't quote me on that.
Okay, no, that's awesome. So we'll expect to see a ton this coming year. And can you tell the listeners a little bit about what it takes to put on an event like this and what attendees will gain from visiting the site? Because I know for a fact that there is a ton of behind the scenes work between the breeders and, like you said, the marketing team. Like a lot goes into this. It's not just pop up a tent and throw some flowers out on benches.
Yeah, no, I wish it was that easy.
Right.
But we like to joke that it's like coordinating a 4-day long wedding.
Mhm.
So,
Yes.
I mean, the planning for it starts like right after after the current year's cast. We start planning for the next one. All of the growing that's involved and the scheduling, to make sure that everything finishes on time. And then the coordination of the space and what's the theme and, what we want to showcase and how we want to showcase it. What do we want our visitors to take away from the event? So we are very purposeful about including things that growers are going to get value from, that our broker partners are going to get value from and learn a lot from our displays. But then also inspiration for retailers. We try to show a lot of like finished product in unique settings at retail to give some inspiration for that too. So we really try to, and like technical aspects and marketing stuff, so we really want our site to be inspirational, fun, and educational. We want you to take away a lot of information from it. So it is quite the event to coordinate, but it is a ton of fun to see everything grown out, in that type of setting, and then have all of our industry colleagues come visit. And it also brings our team at Syngenta Flowers together too. So we get to see a lot of our colleagues all together and be inspired by our new varieties.
No, that's awesome. I think that you actually touched on something that's really important is that it is an event for everyone in the industry, from the broker to the grower to the retailer. There is definitely information for everyone, and you guys do a really good job of covering all those bases. But before we go, I've got to ask the question that everybody tuned in for. Can you shout out a few of the new varieties the team is most excited to showcase at Cast 2026, or sneak previews, however you want to tackle this?
Oh yeah, for sure. I mean, that's what it's all about, right?
Yep.
So, we eye candy, like I said, was a big success this year at Cast. So for Cast 26, we do have a new variety of eye candy begonia to launch, a XL deep yellow. So get excited about that. We're also continuing our streak of having a new Sunfinity variety to launch. So we have a new vegetative Sunfinity that has a single yellow flower.
Oh, okay.
So with the double, we now have a single flower. So that's very exciting. We're going to have a little coffee shop in our display for our coffee shop lavender latte dahlia. So you can imagine what we're going to do there to bring that into the theme. And then some of y'all might remember from Cast, I believe it was 2017, when we launched Hot Blooded Lantana, Hot Blooded Red. We had the drum set. I know Chris Beatties remembers this.
Yes, he did.
And this year we have a hot-blooded mega red. That's kind of a bigger, vigor hot-blooded that we're launching this year. So that's sure to be a lot of fun. And of course, a new Cora XDR variety in our Vincas, and some novel colors in Blockbuster Vinca. So we won't quite have the boxing gloves back that I know everyone loved playing around with this year, but we'll have something like just as fun to showcase in our Vinca area. And then in our perennials, we have some great new introductions too. A mini scent blue lavender that's going to have some fun retail display ideas. You know, everybody loves a good lavender.
Oh, yeah.
And then some sedums for it's the year of the sedum with National Garden Bureau. So we'll be showing off that with one of our new varieties and some great iberis. So of course, we're coming with some great new varieties. Geraniums too. I don't know. There's too much to mention, but we're definitely coming in a lot of new varieties in our super strong categories at Syngenta Flowers. So come check us out.
Excellent, excellent. Well, that sounds fantastic. I'm definitely psyched to visit Gilroy in March. And Allison, thank you so much for your time today.
Yeah, thanks everyone. Hope to see you there.
For sure. And now it's time to head over to National Garden Bureau's registration site at caspringtrials.us. You'll find a link in the show notes. Get registered and consider bringing a few people from your team. One thing I've learned from attending the trials for about 20 years is that everyone has a different eye when it comes to new varieties. So bring as many people as you can, and I guarantee you're going to find a lot of awesome new varieties to add to your mix. And don't forget to subscribe to the Tech on Demand podcast on your favorite app. That way you will never miss an episode.